There is good news in Ukraine's fight against Russian troops. Advanced weapons supplied by the U.S. have arrived in Ukraine and may already be making a difference on the battlefield. But Russian forces are pushing forward in an ongoing effort to take control of key cities in the Donbas region. Joining me now from Kyiv, ABC News foreign correspondent Tom Soufi Burridge. Tom, what can you tell us about these high-mobility artillery rocket systems? How do they work? Why are they so important?
Deirdre, these are called HIMARS in military speak. They have a medium range, so 40 to 50 miles. And they're crucial for the Ukrainians right now because they allow them to hit targets behind enemy lines. Now, I'm just off a briefing with Western officials. They believe that these types of weapons are now beginning to make a difference, in their words. They wouldn't be drawn on what type of targets the Ukrainians have hit so far, but we're seeing on social media and via the Ukrainian officials, increasing evidence that they're using them at night. They're mobility systems, they can move around. ABC News getting exclusive access or good access to the weapon systems today, looking at the weapons up close. A crucial issue, though, is have the Ukrainians got the supply of rockets? There's evidence that they're firing a lot of these rockets in the weeks since they've been supplied, and keeping that supply open will be crucial in the coming weeks and months.
Tom, there's videos circulating showing an explosion at a Russian ammunition depot. Ukrainian officials say they struck it on Sunday with those weapons provided by the U.S. Will this be enough, these weapons, to fight off Russian forces in the long term?
Well, what these weapons are allowing the Ukrainians to do is debilitate the war machine, effectively, that is pushing the offensive principally in the Donbas in the east of Ukraine. So if they hit command and control centres, ammunition depots, that weakens Russians' ability in that offensive. But at the moment, the Ukrainians are being overpowered by the Russians out in the eastern Donbas. That is an artillery fight. We've spoken to Ukrainian soldiers and a US veteran fighting for the Ukrainians recently back from the front line. They paint a bleak picture that the Ukrainians are pinned down all the time. The Russians have control of the skies. They've got drones up there giving them eyes down onto the Ukrainian troops. One key caveat now from Western officials on this briefing I've just come off is that what the Ukrainians have done now is retreat. Western officials believe that was the right move to save soldiers' lives, and they now say that the Ukrainians have straightened the front line. Before, they were almost encircled by the Russian forces. That's much harder to defend against. The hope of Western officials now is that a straighter front line could be more resistant to Russian forces in the coming weeks and months.
So, Tom, Russia claiming that it destroyed 2 of Ukraine's 4 HIMARS launchers. Ukraine has denied that, calling the claim a deliberate fake. Is this another example of Russian propaganda about the war?
Quite possibly, Deirdre. We see a lot of claims from the Russian side every day about destroying this piece of military equipment, that piece of military equipment. The Russians do lie on a continual basis in terms of their propaganda in relation to Ukraine. US officials calling this particular claim a fake. Western officials I was speaking to recently also backing up that line. It's hard to judge exactly which details are true, which details are false, but there's no evidence. We're not getting video on social media that we can verify, for example, to actually back up this claim.
Tom, thank you so much. Tom Soufi Burridge there for us in Kyiv.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.